Hello, my name is Marilyn Johnson, and the current event that I have chose to discuss today is 5 things to know as California State starts screening children for toxic stress. This was by Kaiser Health News on January 8th of 2020. California is now starting to pay doctors to screen patients for traumatic events, for adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs. This is covered by Medi-Cal. This is the state's version of Medicaid for low-income families. This has just been rooted in the research that has been done over the last few decades that suggests children who endure sustained stress in their day-to-day lives undergo biochemical changes. Those changes that occur in the brain and bodies that can dramatically increase their risk of developing serious health problems, i.e. heart disease, asthma, depression, cancer, and the list can go on to what they can develop. Health and welfare advocates hope that this screening of children for ACE, accompanied by early intervention, will help reduce ongoing stresses and help prevent the onset of physical illnesses, or at least identify the illnesses so that they can be treated and prevent from further onset and further worsening it. For the ACE scores, the higher the score is, the more risk of chronic illnesses or premature deaths would increase. About 63% of Californians were experiencing at least one childhood adversity, while 18% had 4 or more. This is according to state health officials. California is the first state to create a formal reimbursement strategy for the ACE screening. This will be for both children and adults who are enrolled in Medi-Cal. The initiative was created by the ACEs Awareness Campaign, which was campaigned by the state's first Surgeon General, Dr. Nadine Burke Harris, who is also the national leader in the ACE movement, which the public health impact could be significant, as Medi-Cal covers 5.3 million children, which is about 40% of Californian children and 6.3 million adults in the state of California. How it works would be parents or caregivers for adolescents of 12 and under would fill out a survey, a state-approved survey or questionnaire about potential stress experiences in the child's life from 12 to 19. The adolescent will fill out their own survey, while the caregiver will fill out a separate questionnaire as well. It's 10 categories of adversity spanning over the 18 years of life. Physical, emotional, or sexual abuse is one. Physical or emotional neglect, and experiences that could indicate household dysfunction, parents who have serious mental issues or addictions, parents who are incarcerated, or living in a home with domestic violence would be what it would be asking about. It screens for experiences that could regularly trigger fear or anxiety. That would be including like homelessness, for an example, not having enough food or the right kinds of food, growing up in a neighborhood with drugs and violence. Some caregivers and some children may be reluctant or unwilling to disclose sensitive information because they'd be scared of the fact that they would be shamed, or there'd be repercussions such as calling DSS or Child Protective Services on the family. But that is not the main point of the survey. The survey is to identify stressors that could be treated and taken care of. The screenings in this process are voluntary based. Patients do not have to participate. It is optional. What happens after the screening is not exactly completely clear. It's just being negotiated right now. And once it gets more into the process, they'll be able to connect families to food stamps or counseling as needed. It's kind of case by case based. And depending on whether or not it's a private practice or if it's Medi-Cal related. We're not sure what interventions would best help kids with high ACE scores. They're still being continued to study and worked on. and not everyone agrees on the ACE screening is a good idea. Some people are against it and some are for it. It just all depends on the individual themselves or how they feel about it. Personally, I believe that this will be a good screening and that all states should do this to help prevent children. But the ACE is meant to identify stressors in children's lives to help prevent it and to keep them from having brain and body physical reactions to the ongoing stress in their life.